What secrets do angels and demons hold, and why have they been hidden from us? This question, brimming with both curiosity and trepidation, beckons us to delve into the unknown realms of celestial beings. How much do we truly know about these entities that silently influence the tapestry of our existence? In this video, we will uncover the enigmatic truths about angels and demons, challenging everything we thought we knew. Prepare to explore the hidden histories and untold stories of these supernatural entities, for the journey ahead is one of profound revelation and deep contemplation. Consider the profound words of the psalmist, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Psalm 91:11. This comforting assurance of divine guardianship contrasts starkly with the Apostle Paul's cautionary declaration. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. 2 Corinthians 11:14. These scriptures set the stage for our exploration, presenting a duality that is both intriguing and unsettling. In this video, we will delve deep into the hidden truths about angels and demons, unraveling mysteries and challenging long-held beliefs. Our journey will take us through ancient texts, theological debates, and modern interpretations to reveal the true nature of these celestial beings.
We will start with biblical and historical foundations, examining the origins and roles of angels and demons as depicted in sacred scriptures and historical accounts. From there, we will explore various theological perspectives, comparing interpretations across different religious traditions.
Next, we will examine the cultural impacts of angelic and demonic narratives, tracing their influence on art, literature, and society throughout history. Finally, we will conclude with personal reflections and modern viewpoints, considering how contemporary culture and media continue to shape our understanding of these supernatural entities. Through this comprehensive exploration, we aim to provide a deeper understanding of the hidden truths about angels and demons, inviting you to ponder the mysteries of the spiritual realm and their implications for our lives. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. The psalmist's words are an echo of divine promise, a celestial assurance that transcends the mortal coil and beckons the faithful to trust in the unseen guardianship of the heavenly host. In this verse, the angels are portrayed not merely as passive spectators, but as active participants in the divine drama, charged with the sacred duty of protection. The Book of Enoch. Origin, content, and significance. This ancient text, often shrouded in mystery and controversy, offers a panoramic vista into the celestial hierarchy and the cosmic battle between good and evil. The Book of Enoch, with its vivid descriptions and prophetic visions, stands as a testament to the profound curiosity and theological exploration of the ancients. It delves deep into the roles of angels and the origins of demons, painting a picture of a cosmos teeming with spiritual activity. Angels, those ethereal messengers of the divine, are woven throughout the biblical narrative as instruments of God's will. From the Annunciation to Mary by Gabriel, to the angelic host proclaiming peace at the birth of Christ, their appearances are both awe-inspiring and humbling. They are depicted as warriors in the spiritual realm, as seen in the vision of Michael battling the dragon in Revelation, and as protectors, guiding and guarding the faithful in their earthly pilgrimage. In the Old Testament, angels frequently serve as intermediaries between the divine and the human. Consider the story of Jacob's ladder, where angels ascend and descend, bridging the gap between heaven and earth. In the New Testament, angels are present at pivotal moments, comforting Jesus in Gethsemane, announcing the resurrection, and heralding the ascension. Each encounter is imbued with a sense of divine purpose, underscoring their role as messengers and executors of God's will. Contrastingly, the origin and fall of demons are deeply rooted in the narrative of rebellion and pride. Lucifer, once a radiant being of light, is cast down due to his hubris, becoming the adversary, the tempter, and the accuser. This fall from grace is not merely a tale of one angel's rebellion, but a cosmic upheaval, resulting in the emergence of demonic forces opposed to the divine order. The tale of Lucifer's rebellion is a tragic one, echoing the themes of pride and downfall. It begins with the highest of angels, Lucifer, whose name means light-bringer, basking in the glory of the divine presence. Yet, pride corrupts his heart, leading him to covet the throne of the Almighty. The ensuing conflict, depicted with apocalyptic imagery in texts like Isaiah and Revelation, results in his expulsion from heaven, along with a host of angels who chose to follow him. These fallen angels, now demons, become the embodiments of evil in opposition to God's plans. Demons, in their fallen state, are portrayed as malevolent beings, constantly seeking to thwart the divine purpose and ensnare humanity in sin. Their activities range from possession, as seen in the exorcisms performed by Jesus, to subtle deceptions, leading people away from the truth. The New Testament is replete with instances of Jesus confronting and casting out demons, showcasing his authority over the spiritual realm and his mission to liberate the oppressed. The Book of Enoch further elaborates on this cosmic rebellion, describing the descent of the Watchers, angels who lusted after human women and descended to earth, corrupting mankind and teaching forbidden knowledge. Their offspring, the Nephilim, are portrayed as giants and tyrants, symbols of the perversion of the divine order. This narrative, though extra-biblical, provides a rich backdrop to the understanding of demonic origins and their perpetual enmity with the divine. The biblical and historical references to angels and demons paint a complex picture of celestial beings engaged in a cosmic struggle. Angels, as messengers and protectors, reflect the benevolence and authority of the divine, while demons, as fallen beings, embody the tragic consequences of rebellion and pride. The scriptures and ancient texts invite us to ponder the profound mysteries of the spiritual realm, urging us to remain vigilant and faithful amidst the unseen battles that shape our world. Theological explanation of the different ranks and roles of angels reveals a celestial order as intricate and awe-inspiring as the heavens themselves. The angelic hierarchy, meticulously detailed in sacred texts and theological treatises, reflects the majesty and splendor of the divine orchestration. At the pinnacle of this hierarchy, we find the seraphim, those blazing beings who perpetually encircle the throne of God, their voices resonating with the eternal hymn, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty." The seraphim, with their 6 wings, serve not only as guardians of the divine presence, but as the embodiment of perfect love and adoration. Beneath the seraphim are the cherubim, often depicted as mighty guardians and bearers of divine wisdom. It was the cherubim who were stationed at the entrance of Eden, wielding flaming swords to prevent humanity's return to paradise. Their presence in the Holy of Holies, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings, symbolizes the unapproachable sanctity of God. Next in the celestial order are the thrones, dominions, virtues, and powers. These angelic ranks, though less frequently mentioned, play crucial roles in maintaining the cosmic order and executing divine judgments. The thrones, seen as the bearers of God's justice, and the dominions, who oversee the lesser angels, ensure that the heavenly host operates in perfect harmony with the divine will. Further down the hierarchy are the principalities and archangels. The principalities are believed to be the protectors of nations and the stewards of earthly affairs, guiding the rise and fall of kingdoms according to divine providence. Archangels, such as Michael and Gabriel, are the celestial warriors and messengers, dispatched for the most significant divine missions. Michael, often depicted with sword in hand, leads the heavenly armies against the forces of darkness, while Gabriel, the herald of good news, brings messages of hope and redemption. Finally, we encounter the angels, the closest to humanity in their duties and interactions. These guardian angels, assigned to individuals, reflect the intimate care of the divine for each soul. Their roles as messengers, protectors, and guides are woven throughout the biblical narrative, demonstrating the personal nature of God's providence. Biblical support for this hierarchy is found in various scriptures, though the complete structure is more fully articulated in later theological works. The Apostle Paul, in his letters to the Colossians and Ephesians, references thrones, dominions, principalities, and powers, hinting at a complex celestial order. The Book of Daniel and the Revelation to John provide glimpses of angelic beings engaged in the cosmic struggle between good and evil, reinforcing the notion of a well-ordered heavenly realm. The interpretations of angelic hierarchy vary among denominations, with some emphasizing different aspects or adding further classifications. The Eastern Orthodox tradition, for instance, places significant emphasis on the seraphim and cherubim in liturgical art and hymnography, while the Roman Catholic Church has a well-developed doctrine of guardian angels, rooted in the teachings of saints and theologians. Historical views on demonic possession and influence are as varied and complex as the cultures and epochs that produced them. From ancient Mesopotamian exorcisms to medieval European witch hunts, the concept of demonic activity has left an indelible mark on human history. In biblical texts, demons are often depicted as malevolent spirits that seek to harm and deceive humanity. The New Testament, in particular, provides numerous accounts of demonic possession and the exorcisms performed by Jesus. These narratives highlight the pervasive presence of evil and the authority of Christ over the spiritual realm. Jesus' encounters with demons, such as the Gadarene demoniac and the boy possessed by a mute spirit, illustrate the destructive power of these entities and the liberating force of divine intervention. Historical interpretations of demonic possession have ranged from the spiritual to the psychological. In the early Christian era, the Church Fathers wrote extensively on the nature and influence of demons, drawing from both scriptural sources and pagan traditions. Figures like St. Augustine and St. Jerome emphasized the role of demons in tempting and afflicting believers, framing spiritual warfare as a central aspect of the Christian life. The medieval period saw a heightened focus on demonic activity, influenced by both theological developments and social anxieties. Theologians like Thomas Aquinas offered detailed analyses of demonic hierarchies and their methods of influence, integrating Aristotelian philosophy with Christian doctrine. At the same time, the fear of witchcraft and heresy led to widespread persecution, with demonic possession often cited as evidence of diabolical pacts and malevolent magic. The Reformation and Enlightenment brought new perspectives and debates on the nature of demons and their influence. Protestant reformers like Martin Luther and John Calvin emphasized the reality of demonic activity, while also critiquing the excesses of medieval superstition. The rise of scientific inquiry and psychological theories in the modern era further challenged traditional views, leading to diverse interpretations of phenomena once attributed to demons. Key texts in the study of demonic influences include the writings of early church fathers, medieval treatises like the Malleus Maleficarum, and modern psychological studies. Theological debates continue to explore the boundaries between spiritual and psychological explanations, with contemporary scholars examining the historical and cultural contexts that shape our understanding of demonic activity. The theological and historical interpretations of angels and demons offer a rich tapestry of belief and inquiry. The angelic hierarchy reflects the order and majesty of the divine realm, while the study of demonic influences reveals the persistent struggle between good and evil in human history. Together, they invite us to contemplate the profound mysteries of the spiritual world and our place within it. In the tapestry of human belief, the motifs of angels and demons are not exclusive to the Judeo-Christian tradition. Indeed, they find resonances across a myriad of religious and mythological systems, each painting a distinct yet intriguingly similar picture of these celestial entities. Let us begin our exploration with the rich mythologies of ancient Mesopotamia. The Sumerians and Babylonians spoke of beings known as Anunnaki, who were seen as deities governing various aspects of the world. Some of these beings bore striking resemblances to angels in their roles as messengers and protectors. The Assyrians and Babylonians also believed in malevolent spirits called Utukku and Rabisu, entities that could cause illness and misfortune, akin to the demons of later traditions. Moving eastward to the Indian subcontinent, Hinduism presents a complex pantheon of celestial beings. The Devas, gods, and asuras, demons, are in constant conflict, representing the perpetual struggle between good and evil. The devas, much like angels, are depicted as benevolent beings who uphold cosmic order, while the asuras, akin to demons, embody chaos and moral corruption. The Hindu epic, the Ramayana, vividly portrays this dichotomy through the battle between the god Rama and the demon king Ravana. In the realms of Zoroastrianism, one finds a well-defined dualism between the forces of good and evil. The Amesha Spentas are holy immortals who assist Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, in maintaining order and righteousness. In contrast, the Devas are malevolent spirits who follow Angramenyu, the destructive spirit. This clear division between divine and demonic forces echoes the later Christian conception of angels and demons. Turning to the ancient Greeks, we encounter a pantheon replete with gods, demigods, and spirits. The daimones, from which the term demon is derived, were originally seen as neutral or even benevolent spirits before later Christian reinterpretation cast them in a solely malevolent light. The Greek eudemons, good spirits, and cacodemons, bad spirits, reflect the nuanced understanding of spiritual entities, both aiding and hindering humanity. In the Far East, Buddhism and Shintoism offer unique perspectives on celestial beings. Buddhism speaks of devas, celestial beings who dwell in various heavens, and Mara, the evil one who tempts and obstructs enlightenment, resembling the Judeo-Christian Satan. Shintoism, with its kami, spirits or gods, includes both benevolent and malevolent entities, influencing the natural and human world in ways reminiscent of angels and demons. Islam, sharing Abrahamic roots with Judaism and Christianity, offers a detailed account of angels, malaika, and demons, jinn. Angels in Islam are seen as obedient servants of Allah, carrying out His commands with unwavering devotion. The jinn, on the other hand, are free-willed beings created from smokeless fire, capable of both good and evil. The story of Iblis, a jinn who defied Allah and became the Islamic equivalent of Satan, mirrors the Christian narrative of Lucifer's rebellion. These varied traditions, while distinct in their cultural and theological contexts, reveal a common human fascination with the unseen world and its inhabitants. The similarities are striking. Celestial beings who serve as intermediaries between the divine and the mortal, and malevolent entities that embody chaos and opposition to divine order. This universal theme underscores the shared human experience of grappling with the mysteries of existence and the cosmic battle between good and evil. The narratives of angels and demons have not only shaped theological thought, but have profoundly influenced art, literature, and culture throughout history. Their depictions in these mediums reflect the evolving understanding and significance of these celestial beings in human consciousness. In the realm of art, angels have often been depicted with serene countenances, flowing robes, and majestic wings, embodying ideals of purity, protection, and divine beauty. From the Byzantine mosaics to the Renaissance masterpieces, the angelic form has been a symbol of divine presence and comfort. Artists like Michelangelo and Raphael captured the ethereal beauty and grace of angels, their works becoming iconic representations of these celestial messengers. Demons, in contrast, have been portrayed with grotesque and terrifying features, symbolizing their malevolent nature and the fear they inspire. Medieval art is replete with depictions of demonic beings in hellish torment, serving as moral warnings of the consequences of sin and rebellion against divine order. Hieronymus Bosch's nightmarish visions of demonic realms starkly contrast with the serene depictions of heaven, illustrating the dichotomy between good and evil. Literature, too, has been deeply influenced by the narratives of angels and demons. John Milton's Paradise Lost offers a profound exploration of the fall of Lucifer and the ensuing cosmic struggle. His portrayal of Satan as a tragic anti-hero reflects the complex nature of evil and rebellion. Dante's Divine Comedy vividly describes the realms of heaven, purgatory, and hell, with angels guiding souls towards salvation and demons tormenting the damned. Modern literature and media continue to explore these themes, often reinterpreting and reimagining the roles of angels and demons. Novels like Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett present a humorous and satirical take on the apocalyptic battle between these beings. Films and television series, from The Exorcist to Supernatural, depict angels and demons in various guises, reflecting contemporary fears, hopes, and moral dilemmas. The influence of angelic and demonic narratives extends beyond art and literature into the broader cultural sphere. Festivals, rituals, and religious practices often incorporate these beings, reinforcing their presence in the collective consciousness. In many cultures, guardian angel statues and talismans are common, symbolizing protection and divine care. Conversely, the fear of demonic possession has led to exorcism rites and practices aimed at warding off evil spirits. In modern times, the portrayal of angels and demons in popular culture often reflects current societal issues and concerns. Angels are frequently seen as symbols of hope, justice, and moral guidance, while demons represent the darker aspects of human nature and societal fears. This duality continues to captivate and challenge audiences, inviting them to reflect on the nature of good and evil and the spiritual dimensions of their lives. The cultural and comparative context of angels and demons reveals their profound impact on human thought and creativity. Across various traditions, these celestial beings embody the eternal struggle between light and darkness, order and chaos. Their influence on art, literature, and culture underscores their enduring significance, inviting us to explore the mysteries of the spiritual realm and their implications for our understanding of existence. In the grand tapestry of divine order, angels stand as radiant threads of light, woven with purpose and intent by the hand of the Almighty. Their duties, as revealed through the pages of sacred scripture, encompass a wide array of missions, each reflecting their role as messengers, protectors, and servants of the divine will. Angels, in their essence, are messengers. This is perhaps their most well-known and celebrated function, vividly depicted in the Annunciation, where the Archangel Gabriel appears to Mary, bearing the glorious news of the Incarnation. "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you," he proclaims, thus setting into motion the divine plan of salvation. Luke 1:28. Gabriel's message is not merely a communication, it is a divine intervention, an instance where heaven touches earth and alters the course of human history. Beyond their role as messengers, angels serve as protectors and guardians. The psalmist assures us, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Psalm 91:11. This protective duty is beautifully illustrated in the story of Daniel in the lion's den. When Daniel is cast into the den, it is an angel who shuts the mouths of the lions, preserving his life and demonstrating the power of divine protection. Daniel 6:22. Angels also act as warriors in the celestial battle against the forces of darkness. The Archangel Michael, whose very name means "who is like God," is depicted as a mighty warrior leading the heavenly host against the dragon in the book of Revelation. "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back." Revelation 12:7. Michael's victory over the dragon symbolizes the triumph of divine justice over the forces of evil. In addition to these roles, angels are often seen as guides and companions to the faithful. The story of Tobit in the Apocrypha provides a touching example. The archangel Raphael, disguised as a human, accompanies Tobit's son Tobias on a perilous journey, offering guidance, protection, and healing. Raphael reveals his true identity at the journey's end, declaring, "I am Raphael, one of the 7 angels who stand ready and enter before the glory of the Lord." Tobit 12:15. This narrative underscores the personal and caring nature of angelic assistance. The theological interpretations of these duties vary across different denominations. The Eastern Orthodox tradition, for instance, places significant emphasis on the liturgical role of angels, seeing them as participants in the heavenly liturgy that mirrors the worship on earth. The Roman Catholic Church, with its well-developed doctrine of guardian angels, teaches that each person is assigned an angel to guide and protect them throughout their life, reflecting the personal care of God for each soul. Angels are also seen as agents of divine judgment. In the book of Exodus, it is an angel who executes the final plague upon Egypt, passing over the homes marked with the blood of the Lamb and striking down the firstborn of the Egyptians. Exodus 12:23. This act of judgment highlights the role of angels as enforcers of divine will, executing justice and bringing retribution upon the wicked. In sum, the duties of angels are manifold and profound. They serve as messengers, protectors, warriors, guides, and agents of divine judgment, each role reflecting a facet of the divine character and purpose. Their actions, as recorded in Scripture, invite us to contemplate the majesty and mystery of the divine order, encouraging us to trust in the unseen guardianship of these celestial beings. In stark contrast to the benevolent and purposeful duties of angels, the intentions and strategies of demons are rooted in deception, destruction, and rebellion against the divine order. The origin and fall of these malevolent beings are intricately linked to the story of Lucifer, the once radiant morning star whose pride and ambition led to his downfall. The prophet Isaiah offers a poetic account of Lucifer's rebellion. "How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn! You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations." Isaiah 14:12. This passage, though metaphorical, has been traditionally interpreted as describing the fall of Lucifer, who sought to ascend to the throne of God, but was cast down, becoming Satan, the adversary. The New Testament provides further insight into the nature of demonic intentions. Jesus' encounters with demons reveal their primary objectives: to possess, torment, and lead humanity astray. In the Gospel of Mark, we read the harrowing account of the Gerasene demoniac, a man tormented by a legion of demons. "My name is Legion," the demons declare, "for we are many." Mark 5:9. Their collective purpose is to distort and destroy the image of God in humanity, reducing the man to a state of violence and self-destruction. Demons are also portrayed as deceivers, masquerading as agents of light to mislead the faithful. The Apostle Paul warns, "And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." 2 Corinthians 11:14. This strategy of deception is a hallmark of demonic activity, aimed at sowing confusion and doubt and leading people away from the truth of the gospel. Theological insights into the strategies of demons often emphasize their role in spiritual warfare. The Apostle Peter cautions believers to be vigilant, for your enemy the devil prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. 1 Peter 5:8. This vivid imagery underscores the constant and insidious nature of demonic threats, urging believers to stand firm in their faith. Demonic influence can also manifest in more subtle and insidious ways, such as temptation and the sowing of discord. In the temptation of Christ, Satan appears as a tempter, offering Jesus the kingdoms of the world in exchange for worship. Matthew 4:8-9. This encounter highlights the demonic strategy of appealing to human desires and weaknesses, seeking to divert individuals from their divine mission. Historical views on demonic possession and influence have evolved over time, influenced by cultural, theological, and scientific developments. In the early church, demonic possession was seen as a tangible and present danger, with exorcism being a vital part of the church's ministry. The accounts of Jesus and his disciples casting out demons reinforced the belief in the power and authority of Christ over the forces of darkness. Medieval theology further elaborated on the nature and hierarchy of demons, drawing from both biblical sources and classical philosophy. Thomas Aquinas, for instance, in his Summa Theologica, discusses the fall of the angels and the subsequent nature of demons, emphasizing their intellect and will, albeit perverted by sin. He also explores the methods by which demons influence the world, including possession, temptation, and the manipulation of natural elements. In modern times, the understanding of demonic influence has been challenged and reinterpreted through the lenses of psychology and science. While some dismiss demonic possession as a relic of superstition, others recognize the spiritual dimension of human experience and the reality of evil. Contemporary theological debates often center on the balance between spiritual discernment and scientific understanding, exploring how best to address the manifestations of evil in the world. The examination of demonic intentions reveals a malevolent counterpoint to the divine order upheld by angels. The strategies of deception, destruction, and rebellion highlight the ongoing cosmic battle between good and evil. This understanding invites us to remain vigilant and steadfast in our faith, trusting in the power and authority of the divine to overcome the forces of darkness. In the vast and varied panorama of religious thought, the Abrahamic traditions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam offer rich and profound insights into the nature of angels and demons. These faiths, though diverse in practice and belief, share common roots and often interwoven narratives regarding celestial beings, which provide a fascinating tapestry of theological reflections and implications. In Judaism, angels are often depicted as messengers and agents of God, executing His will with precision and reverence. The Hebrew term malach, meaning messenger, underscores this role. Angels appear throughout the Tanakh, from the cherubim guarding the entrance to Eden, Genesis 3:24, to the angelic visitors who inform Abraham and Sarah of their impending parenthood, Genesis 18:1-15. These beings are depicted as both awe-inspiring and deeply involved in the affairs of humanity. The archangels Michael and Gabriel are particularly significant, representing God's power and message, respectively. Judaism's view of demons is less systematically developed, but still present in various texts. The Talmud and other rabbinic writings mention demonic entities such as the Shedim and the Mazikim, spirits that cause harm or mischief. These beings are often depicted as operating under divine permission, reminding the faithful of the sovereignty and ultimate control of God over all creation. Christianity builds on these Jewish foundations, adding its own rich layers of interpretation and tradition. Angels in the New Testament are often messengers of divine revelation, as seen in the Annunciation to Mary, Luke 1:26-38, and the angelic proclamation to the shepherds at Christ's birth, Luke 2:8-14. The epistles and Revelation further develop the roles of angels, presenting them as participants in the cosmic struggle between good and evil. Michael, the archangel, is portrayed as a warrior who leads the heavenly host against Satan and his demons, Revelation 12:7-9. Demons in Christian theology are generally understood as fallen angels, beings who once enjoyed the glory of God's presence but rebelled under the leadership of Lucifer. This rebellion and subsequent fall are encapsulated in passages such as Isaiah 14:12-15 and Ezekiel 28:12-17, which Christian tradition interprets as allegorical accounts of Lucifer's pride and downfall. The New Testament provides numerous accounts of demonic activity, particularly in the Gospels, where Jesus frequently encounters and exorcises demons, showcasing His authority over the forces of darkness. Islam, the youngest of the Abrahamic faiths, presents a detailed and distinctive view of angels and demons. Angels, malaika in Arabic, in Islam are seen as sinless and obedient servants of Allah, created from light. They carry out God's commands without question, performing various tasks such as delivering revelations, recording human deeds, and administering God's justice. Key angels include Gabriel, who conveyed the Quran to Muhammad, Michael, who provides sustenance, and Israfil, who will blow the trumpet on the Day of Judgment. Islamic teachings on demons focus primarily on the jinn, beings created from smokeless fire. Unlike angels, jinn possess free will and can choose to obey or disobey God. The most notable of the jinn is Iblis, Satan, who refused to bow to Adam and was cast out of heaven as a result. Quran 7:11-18. Iblis, and by extension other evil jinn, seeks to lead humanity astray, tempting individuals away from the path of righteousness. The Quran and Hadith provide numerous accounts of jinn interactions with humans, underscoring the ongoing spiritual battle between good and evil. The textual evidence from these Abrahamic traditions highlights both the similarities and distinct nuances in their understandings of celestial beings. Angels across these faiths are uniformly seen as messengers and servants of the divine, yet their specific roles and attributes reflect the unique theological frameworks of each tradition. Similarly, while the concept of demons or malevolent spirits is present in all three, the details of their origins, nature, and influence vary, offering a rich field of comparative study. Turning our gaze to the east, we encounter a tapestry of beliefs regarding celestial beings and evil spirits that, while distinct from the Abrahamic traditions, reveal universal themes of spiritual struggle and cosmic order. In Hinduism, a complex pantheon of gods, demigods, and spirits populates the spiritual landscape. Devas, gods, and asuras, demons, are often depicted in perpetual conflict, symbolizing the balance between good and evil, light and darkness. Devas, such as Indra and Agni, are benevolent beings who uphold dharma, cosmic order, while asuras represent chaos and moral corruption. The epics and Puranas, like the Mahabharata and Ramayana, richly detail these celestial conflicts, with the gods often intervening in human affairs to restore balance and order. Buddhism, with its emphasis on enlightenment and the eradication of suffering, presents a different perspective on celestial beings. Devas in Buddhism are beings who inhabit higher realms of existence due to their accumulated good karma. While they enjoy long lives and great powers, they are not immortal or free from the cycle of rebirth. In contrast, Mara, the embodiment of temptation and death, plays the role of a tempter, seeking to distract and deter individuals from the path to enlightenment. The story of the Buddha's enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, where he confronts and overcomes Mara's temptations, is a powerful narrative illustrating the inner spiritual battle. Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, offers a unique view of celestial beings through the concept of kami. Kami are spirits or deities that inhabit natural elements and phenomena, ranging from powerful gods like Amaterasu, the sun goddess, to lesser spirits of specific places and objects. Shinto does not have a clear dichotomy of good and evil spirits, but emphasizes harmony with the natural world and reverence for the kami. Rituals and festivals are conducted to honor and appease these spirits, fostering a deep connection between the spiritual and natural realms. Other ancient traditions, such as those of the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans, also provide rich narratives of gods, demigods, and spirits interacting with humanity. In ancient Egypt, gods like Osiris and Isis governed the afterlife, while demons like Apep represented chaos and destruction. Greek mythology speaks of gods on Mount Olympus, demigods and heroes, with daimones, spirits, influencing human fate. The Romans adopted and adapted Greek deities, adding their own nuances and interpretations. These Eastern and ancient traditions, while diverse in their specifics, share a common recognition of a spiritual dimension that interacts with the human world. The Devas and Asuras of Hinduism, the Devas and Mara of Buddhism, and the Kami of Shintoism all reflect humanity's attempt to understand and navigate the unseen forces that shape existence. Insights into the universal nature of these entities reveal a shared human endeavor to grapple with the mysteries of good and evil, order and chaos. Across cultures and epochs, the narratives of celestial beings and malevolent spirits serve as a means to explain the moral and metaphysical questions that arise in the human experience. They provide a framework for understanding the complexities of existence, the nature of suffering, and the quest for harmony and enlightenment. The comparative study of angels and demons across religious traditions reveals both distinct and universal themes. While each tradition offers unique insights and interpretations, the common threads of spiritual struggle, divine order, and the influence of unseen forces highlight the shared human journey toward understanding the deeper truths of existence. This exploration invites us to appreciate the rich diversity of spiritual perspectives and the profound connections that unite us in our quest for meaning and transcendence. In the grand tapestry of existence, the interplay between good and evil has always been a subject of deep contemplation and spirited debate. This paradoxical nature of angels and demons serves as a focal point in our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it. Angels, with their radiant purity, seem the very embodiment of goodness, while demons, shrouded in darkness, epitomize evil. Yet this dichotomy is not as clear-cut as it may appear. The existence of evil, especially in a world created by a benevolent deity, poses a profound theological challenge. This issue, often termed the problem of evil, asks why an omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent God would permit evil to exist. Theologians have grappled with this question for centuries, proposing various explanations. One such explanation is the concept of free will. In this view, angels and humans alike are endowed with free will, the capacity to choose between good and evil. This freedom is essential for genuine love and moral responsibility. Lucifer's fall from grace, as described in Isaiah 14 and Ezekiel 28, is a direct consequence of this free will. Created as a perfect being, Lucifer chose pride and rebellion over obedience and humility, transforming into Satan, the adversary. This narrative suggests that evil is not a creation of God, but a perversion of the good by free beings. Another perspective is the notion of a cosmic struggle. The Book of Revelation vividly depicts a war in heaven, with Michael and his angels battling the dragon and his fallen host, Revelation 12:7-9. This struggle symbolizes the ongoing conflict between good and evil forces. The victory of Michael signifies the ultimate triumph of good, yet the presence of this conflict indicates that evil has a temporary, albeit powerful, role in the unfolding of divine plans. The theological debates surrounding the role and existence of evil also touch upon the nature of suffering. Some argue that suffering and evil serve a greater purpose in God's plan, acting as instruments for testing, refining, and strengthening faith. The story of Job, who endures immense suffering yet remains faithful, exemplifies this view. Satan, the tempter, is permitted to test Job, yet his trials ultimately lead to a deeper understanding of God's sovereignty and goodness. However, this explanation is not without its critics. The sheer scale of suffering and evil in the world often seems disproportionate and inexplicable, challenging the idea of a just and loving God. This paradox has led some to question the traditional attributes of God or to explore alternative theological frameworks that can better account for the coexistence of good and evil. The mysterious aspects of divine plans involving angels and demons invite us into a realm of profound wonder and humility. The finite human mind can only grasp glimpses of the infinite tapestry woven by the Creator. In this grand design, the roles of angels and demons are intricately linked to the unfolding of divine purposes, often beyond our full comprehension. Scripture provides tantalizing hints about the mystery of these plans. The Apostle Paul, writing to the Ephesians, speaks of a cosmic purpose. His intent was that now, through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and authorities in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 3:10. This verse suggests that the actions of angels, and even the rebellion of demons, serve to reveal the multifaceted wisdom of God, a wisdom that encompasses justice, mercy, and redemption. The book of Job also reflects this mysterious dimension. God's dialogue with Satan, allowing him to test Job, unfolds a narrative that challenges human assumptions about righteousness and suffering. Job's friends, representing conventional wisdom, insist that suffering is a direct result of sin. Yet God's final revelation to Job emphasizes the limits of human understanding and the vastness of divine wisdom. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. Job 38:4. This rhetorical question underscores the profound gap between divine and human perspectives. The New Testament further deepens the mystery with the incarnation of Christ. The angelic proclamation of Jesus' birth to the shepherds, Luke 2:8-14, and the subsequent appearance of angels throughout his ministry highlight the divine intervention in human history. Yet, the crucifixion, an act of apparent defeat and suffering, becomes the ultimate revelation of God's love and redemption. The resurrection, heralded by angels, confirms the victory of life over death, good over evil. This interplay of divine plans and the roles of celestial beings extends into eschatology, the study of end times. The book of Revelation, with its vivid imagery of angels pouring out God's wrath and battling demonic forces, culminates in the establishment of a new heaven and a new earth. This final consummation of history reveals the ultimate purpose of God's plan, the restoration of creation to its intended glory, free from the taint of sin and evil. The impact of these mysterious divine plans on faith and theological thought is profound. They call believers to a posture of trust and humility, acknowledging that while we may not understand all the workings of the divine, we can trust in the goodness and sovereignty of God. This trust is not blind, but rooted in the revealed character of God, as seen in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The theological reflections on these mysteries invite us to embrace a larger narrative, one that transcends our immediate circumstances and challenges. They encourage us to see our lives as part of a grander story, where every act of faith and obedience, every struggle against evil, contributes to the ultimate realization of God's kingdom. The controversial and paradoxical views of angels and demons in the context of good and evil, and the mystery of divine plans, compel us to delve deeper into the heart of theological inquiry. They remind us that the truths of faith are often shrouded in mystery, inviting us to a journey of trust, wonder, and profound reverence for the divine wisdom that governs all things. The corridors of history are often illuminated by unexpected discoveries, artifacts, and texts that open windows to the past, revealing secrets long buried and truths long obscured. In our quest to understand the enigmatic realms of angels and demons, several key archaeological and historical finds have provided profound insights, challenging and enriching traditional beliefs. One of the most significant discoveries is the Dead Sea Scrolls, unearthed in the mid-20th century in the Qumran caves near the Dead Sea. These ancient Jewish texts, dating from the 3rd century BCE to the 1st century CE, include a wealth of information on a wide range of topics, including angelology and demonology. The War Scroll, in particular, describes an apocalyptic battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness, where angelic and demonic forces are depicted in a cosmic struggle, reflecting similar themes found in the Book of Revelation. This scroll offers a vivid portrayal of the belief in celestial beings actively participating in the end times drama, reinforcing the biblical narratives with tangible historical documentation. Another critical text is the Book of Enoch, parts of which were discovered among the Dead Sea Scrolls. Although not included in the canonical Bible, this apocryphal work has been influential in shaping Jewish and early Christian views on angels and demons. The Book of Enoch expands upon the brief biblical mentions of the Nephilim and the fallen angels, providing elaborate stories of their origins, rebellion, and eventual judgment. The discovery of this text provided scholars with a deeper understanding of the intertestamental period's religious thought and its impact on later Christian demonology. The Nag Hammadi Library, a collection of Gnostic texts discovered in Egypt in 1945, also offers valuable insights. These texts, dating from the 3rd and 4th centuries CE, include works such as the Gospel of Philip and the Apocryphon of John, which contain detailed descriptions of angelic and demonic hierarchies. The Gnostic perspective on these beings often diverges from Orthodox Christian views, portraying a complex and often dualistic cosmology where the material world is seen as the domain of lesser, flawed deities and their demonic counterparts. This discovery has helped scholars appreciate the diversity of early Christian thought and the various ways angels and demons were understood in different communities. Artifacts such as amulets and inscriptions also shed light on ancient beliefs about angels and demons. Inscriptions from ancient Mesopotamia, for instance, often invoke protective spirits and gods to guard against evil demons. Amulets from various cultures, including Jewish, Christian, and pagan traditions, frequently feature angelic symbols or names meant to provide protection or invoke divine aid. These physical objects offer a tangible connection to the past, illustrating how deeply ingrained the belief in celestial beings was in everyday life. The discoveries of ancient Christian texts and artifacts in the catacombs of Rome also provide valuable insights. Early Christian art often depicts angels in scenes of divine intervention, such as the Annunciation or the protection of Daniel in the lion's den. These images, carved and painted in the dark recesses of the catacombs, reflect the early Christians' profound reliance on and belief in angelic protection and guidance. The historical context surrounding these discoveries reveals a world in which the unseen realms of angels and demons were integral to the understanding of existence, morality, and the cosmos. Throughout history, significant events and cultural shifts have continually reshaped and reinterpreted these beliefs, highlighting the dynamic interplay between faith and history. The period of the Second Temple Judaism, roughly 516 BCE to 70 CE, was a time of intense theological development and speculation. The Jewish people, influenced by their interactions with Persian and Hellenistic cultures, began to develop more elaborate doctrines of angels and demons. The Zoroastrian influence, with its dualistic worldview of good and evil spirits, significantly impacted Jewish thought, leading to a more defined angelology and demonology. This period produced texts like the Book of Daniel and the aforementioned apocryphal writings, which reflect a growing interest in the cosmic struggle between good and evil. The early Christian period saw the continuation and expansion of these themes. The writings of the New Testament, particularly the Gospels and Revelation, incorporate and build upon Jewish angelology and demonology. The early church fathers, such as Augustine and Origen, further developed these ideas, integrating them into a broader theological framework. The discoveries of early Christian texts and artifacts from this period reveal a community deeply engaged with these spiritual realities, often in the context of persecution and martyrdom, where the assurance of angelic protection and the battle against demonic forces provided hope and courage. The Middle Ages witnessed a flourishing of angelological and demonological thought, influenced by both Christian theology and the remnants of pre-Christian traditions. Medieval theologians like Thomas Aquinas systematized the understanding of angels and demons, incorporating Aristotelian philosophy into Christian doctrine. The period was also marked by the widespread belief in and fear of demonic possession, leading to practices of exorcism and the witch hunts of the later medieval period. Discoveries of medieval manuscripts, church art, and records of ecclesiastical proceedings offer a window into this era's complex and often fraught relationship with the unseen world. The Renaissance and Enlightenment periods brought both continuity and change. While the Renaissance revived interest in classical and esoteric traditions, including angelology, the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason and science began to challenge traditional beliefs. The tension between faith and reason during this period is reflected in the literature and art of the time, as well as in the theological debates and scientific inquiries that characterize the era. In modern times, the discoveries of ancient texts and artifacts have reignited interest in the study of angels and demons, providing fresh perspectives and challenging long-held assumptions. The integration of historical critical methods, archaeology, and interdisciplinary approaches has enriched our understanding of these celestial beings, situating them within the broader cultural and historical contexts that have shaped their portrayal. The relevant archaeological and historical discoveries related to angels and demons not only illuminate ancient beliefs, but also highlight the evolving nature of these concepts through history. They remind us that our understanding of the spiritual realm is deeply intertwined with the historical and cultural currents that shape our world, inviting us to continually explore and reimagine the mysteries of the unseen. The cultural and political influences on the depiction of angels and demons in ancient times are a fascinating study of how human societies have sought to understand and articulate the forces that shape their existence. In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, the cosmology was populated with a pantheon of gods, spirits, and demons, each playing a distinct role in the grand narrative of creation and daily life. The Assyrians and Babylonians believed in a host of protective spirits known as Shedu and Lamassu, often depicted as formidable winged creatures that guarded palaces and temples. These beings, with their intricate blend of human and animal features, were meant to ward off evil and ensure the prosperity and safety of the kingdom. In ancient Egypt, the depiction of celestial beings and malevolent spirits was closely tied to the afterlife and the maintenance of cosmic order. The gods, such as Horus and Isis, were often portrayed with protective qualities, while demons like Apophis represented chaos and destruction. The Egyptian Book of the Dead is replete with illustrations of these beings, guiding or hindering the soul's journey through the afterlife. This intricate belief system reflects a culture deeply invested in the dualities of protection and threat, order and chaos. The Greeks and Romans inherited and adapted many of these motifs, infusing them with their own philosophical and theological insights. In Greek mythology, the daimones were intermediary spirits between gods and humans, embodying both benevolent and malevolent traits. Hesiod speaks of the golden race of men who became benevolent spirits after death, overseeing and aiding the living. Conversely, the kakodaimones were spirits of misfortune and malevolence, reflecting the inherent duality in the human condition. The Romans, in turn, adopted these ideas, emphasizing the protective and guiding roles of their household spirits, the lares and penates. The Jewish tradition, emerging from this rich tapestry of Near Eastern belief, began to articulate its own distinctive views on angels and demons. Influenced by Persian Zoroastrianism during the Babylonian exile, Jewish thought began to emphasize the cosmic struggle between good and evil. Angels like Michael and Gabriel emerged as powerful figures in Jewish apocalyptic literature, particularly in the intertestamental period, exemplified by texts such as the Book of Enoch. Demons, too, found a place in this evolving theology, with figures like Asmodeus appearing in the Book of Tobit, reflecting a growing concern with demonic influence and possession. These ancient beliefs were not static. They evolved as societies interacted, traded, and conquered. Cultural and political shifts, such as the conquests of Alexander the Great and the spread of Hellenistic culture, facilitated the exchange and transformation of ideas about the celestial and the demonic. The fusion of Greek, Persian, and Jewish thought during this period laid the groundwork for later Christian and Islamic angelology and demonology. In contemporary culture, the portrayal of angels and demons has continued to evolve, reflecting the shifting landscapes of faith, skepticism, and artistic expression. Modern media, literature, film, television, and visual arts has played a significant role in shaping and reshaping these ancient archetypes, often blending traditional beliefs with new interpretations. In literature, angels and demons have been central figures in numerous works, from the allegorical to the fantastical. John Milton's Paradise Lost, for instance, offers a profound exploration of the fall of Lucifer and the ensuing cosmic battle, imbuing these celestial beings with complex motivations and characterizations. This epic poem has influenced countless subsequent depictions, presenting a nuanced view of rebellion and redemption that resonates with readers to this day. The 20th and 21st centuries have seen a proliferation of angelic and demonic themes in popular fiction, from C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters, which provides a satirical glimpse into demonic strategies, to Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett's Good Omens, which offers a humorous yet insightful take on the apocalypse. Modern authors have used these figures to explore deep ethical and theological questions. These works often reflect contemporary concerns with morality, free will, and the nature of good and evil, making ancient themes relevant to modern audiences. Film and television have further popularized and diversified the portrayal of angels and demons. Movies like The Exorcist and Constantine, and TV series such as Supernatural and Lucifer present these beings in contexts ranging from the horrific to the heroic. These visual narratives often emphasize the dramatic conflict between celestial and infernal forces, highlighting themes of redemption, temptation, and the struggle for human souls. The visual medium allows for a vivid and visceral representation of these entities, making the unseen world palpably real for viewers. In the realm of art, contemporary depictions of angels and demons continue to draw on traditional iconography while incorporating modern sensibilities. Artists like William Blake, with his visionary and often unsettling portrayals, bridge the gap between the historical and the modern, reflecting an enduring fascination with the spiritual and the otherworldly. Street art and digital media have also become venues for exploring these themes, bringing angelic and demonic imagery into public and virtual spaces in innovative ways. These modern interpretations influence not only artistic and cultural expressions, but also contemporary faith and societal views. The portrayal of angels as benevolent protectors and demons as corrupt tempters resonates with ongoing religious beliefs, providing a framework for understanding moral and spiritual struggles. However, the often sensationalized and dramatized depictions in media can also lead to misconceptions and oversimplifications, influencing how these entities are perceived in popular culture. The interplay between ancient beliefs and modern interpretations underscores a continuing human fascination with the celestial and the demonic. These themes speak to universal questions about the nature of good and evil, the existence of a spiritual realm, and the struggle for the soul. As our world changes, the stories and symbols of angels and demons adapt, reflecting both timeless truths and contemporary concerns. The cultural and historical influences on the depiction of angels and demons reveal a dynamic and evolving narrative. From ancient Mesopotamia to modern media, these celestial beings continue to captivate and challenge us, inviting us to explore the mysteries of the unseen and the complexities of our moral and spiritual lives. The pages of history and scripture are replete with accounts of miraculous encounters, where the veil between the seen and unseen worlds appears to thin, allowing glimpses of angelic interventions and demonic possessions. These narratives, often awe-inspiring and sometimes terrifying, have played a crucial role in shaping our understanding of the spiritual realm and its interaction with our own. One of the most famous biblical accounts of angelic intervention is the story of the angel who appeared to the shepherds, heralding the birth of Jesus. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people." Luke 2:9-10. This announcement of the Incarnation, a moment of profound theological significance, underscores the role of angels as messengers of divine revelation and comforters in times of fear. Similarly, the account of Peter's miraculous escape from prison, as described in the Acts of the Apostles, is a testament to angelic intervention in the early Christian community. Suddenly, an angel of the Lord appeared, and a light shone in the cell. He struck Peter on the side and woke him up. "Quick, get up," he said, and the chains fell off Peter's wrists. Acts 12:7. This narrative not only highlights the protective role of angels, but also reinforces the idea of divine providence at work in the lives of believers. Demonic possession, on the other hand, presents a stark contrast to these benevolent encounters. The Gospels recount several instances where Jesus confronts and exorcises demons, demonstrating his authority over the forces of darkness. One of the most dramatic accounts is the healing of the Gerasene demoniac. For Jesus had commanded the impure spirit to come out of the man. Many times it had seized him, and though he was chained hand and foot and kept under guard, he had broken his chains and been driven by the demon into solitary places. Luke 8:29. This story, with its vivid depiction of demonic torment and the subsequent liberation, highlights the destructive power of demons and the restorative power of Christ. Throughout history, reports of angelic apparitions and demonic possessions have continued to emerge, often becoming the focal point of religious devotion or fear. The apparitions of the Virgin Mary, often accompanied by angels, such as those at Lourdes and Fatima, have inspired deep piety and pilgrimage. In contrast, cases of demonic possession, such as those described in the infamous Salem witch trials or the accounts of exorcisms performed by the Catholic Church, have fueled both fascination and dread. Balancing faith with critical thinking and historical evidence is a delicate and essential endeavor, especially when addressing phenomena that defy empirical explanation. The miraculous encounters with angels and demons, while deeply embedded in religious tradition, also challenge us to consider the boundaries between faith and reason. From a theological perspective, these encounters are often seen as manifestations of divine action in the world, reinforcing the belief in a reality beyond the material. For believers, the accounts of angelic protection and demonic expulsion affirm the presence of a loving, omnipotent God who intervenes in human affairs. The faith-based acceptance of these phenomena relies on the testimony of sacred texts, the continuity of tradition, and the personal experiences of individuals throughout history. However, the rise of scientific inquiry and the Enlightenment brought a more critical approach to such claims. The demand for empirical evidence and rational explanation often conflicts with the transcendent nature of these encounters. Skeptics argue that many reported cases of angelic apparitions or demonic possessions can be attributed to psychological or socio-cultural factors. Hallucinations, mental illnesses, and the power of suggestion are often cited as plausible explanations for phenomena that, in a pre-scientific age, were readily attributed to supernatural causes. The famous case of the exorcism of Anneliese Michel, a young German woman who died after a series of intense exorcisms in the 1970s, highlights the tension between faith and skepticism. While her family and the priests involved believed she was possessed by demons, many medical professionals and critics argue that she suffered from severe psychological disorders, including epilepsy and psychosis. This tragic case underscores the need for careful discernment and the potential dangers of attributing mental health issues to supernatural causes. In recent times, the advent of technology and the spread of information have further complicated the discourse. Videos and photographs claiming to capture angelic appearances or demonic activity circulate widely, often accompanied by fervent belief or sharp skepticism. The ease with which such images can be manipulated calls for a cautious and critical approach, balancing openness to the possibility of the supernatural with a commitment to verifying authenticity. Faith and reason, while often seen as opposing forces, can also complement each other in the quest for understanding. The Catholic Church, for instance, employs rigorous investigation and medical consultation in cases of reported miracles or possessions, seeking to rule out natural explanations before acknowledging a supernatural cause. This approach reflects a respect for both the mysteries of faith and the insights of science. The exploration of miraculous encounters with angels and demons invites us into a profound dialogue between faith and skepticism. While these phenomena challenge our understanding and often defy rational explanation, they also enrich our spiritual imagination and deepen our quest for meaning. By embracing both the wisdom of tradition and the insights of critical inquiry, we can navigate the complexities of the unseen world with humility and hope, recognizing that the mysteries of faith often reside at the boundaries of our knowledge. Throughout the ages, angels and demons have been powerful symbols in art and literature, embodying humanity's deepest fears, hopes, and spiritual longings. Their depictions have evolved with cultural and theological shifts, offering a visual and narrative journey through the collective consciousness of different eras. In the early Christian era, catacomb paintings and mosaics frequently depicted angels as serene and majestic beings, often portrayed as youthful men with wings, symbolizing their role as messengers of God. These early representations emphasized their purity and divine mission, aligning closely with biblical descriptions. For instance, the Archangel Gabriel is often shown in the act of announcing the incarnation to Mary, a scene charged with profound theological significance and artistic reverence. The Byzantine period brought a heightened sense of the divine and mystical, with icons portraying angels in elaborate, almost otherworldly attire, emphasizing their role as intermediaries between heaven and earth. These images, steeped in gold and deep hues, were not merely decorative but served as windows to the divine, inviting contemplation and veneration. During the Middle Ages, the depiction of demons became more vivid and detailed, reflecting the era's preoccupation with the battle between good and evil. Manuscripts, church carvings, and stained glass windows illustrated scenes of hell and demonic figures with grotesque, fearsome features. These images were designed to evoke dread and warn of the consequences of sin, portraying demons as monstrous beings who delight in human suffering. The Renaissance, with its renewed interest in humanism and classical antiquity, brought a transformation in the depiction of both angels and demons. Artists like Michelangelo and Raphael infused their works with a sense of grace and beauty, portraying angels as idealized human forms, exuding strength and serenity. In contrast, Hieronymus Bosch's nightmarish visions of hell presented demons as chaotic, surreal creatures, reflecting the inner torments of the human soul and the consequences of moral corruption. The Baroque period further emphasized the dramatic and emotional, with artists like Caravaggio and Peter Paul Rubens capturing the dynamic tension between celestial and infernal forces. Angels were depicted in powerful, dramatic poses, often engaged in fierce battles with demons, embodying the cosmic struggle between light and darkness. In modern times, the representations of angels and demons have diversified, influenced by contemporary themes and media. Literature, film, and visual arts continue to explore and reinterpret these figures, often blending traditional elements with new insights and cultural concerns. In literature, angels and demons serve as central characters in numerous works. C.S. Lewis's The Screw-Tape Letters offers a satirical yet profound exploration of demonic influence, presenting demons as cunning tempters engaged in the subtle art of leading humans astray. Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett's Good Omens provides a humorous take on the apocalypse, with an angel and demon forming an unlikely alliance to prevent the end of the world, reflecting modern themes of cooperation and moral ambiguity. Film and television have popularized and dramatized the conflict between angels and demons, often emphasizing action and spectacle. Movies like The Exorcist delve into the terrifying aspects of demonic possession, while series like Supernatural explore the ongoing battles between heavenly and hellish forces, humanizing these celestial beings and imbuing them with complex personalities and motivations. Contemporary art continues to explore the symbolic and emotional depths of angels and demons. Artists use a variety of media, from traditional painting to digital art, to depict these beings in ways that resonate with modern sensibilities. Street art and installations bring angelic and demonic imagery into public spaces, provoking thought and dialogue about their relevance in today's world. The symbolism behind these modern portrayals often reflects contemporary issues and existential questions. Angels may symbolize hope, protection, and the search for meaning in a chaotic world, while demons often represent inner fears, moral struggles, and the darker aspects of human nature. These depictions invite viewers and readers to reflect on their own beliefs and the nature of good and evil. Personal stories of encounters with angels and demons are as varied as they are profound, offering intimate glimpses into the spiritual journeys of individuals across different cultures and faiths. These testimonies often carry a deeply personal and transformative impact, shaping the way individuals understand and relate to the spiritual realm. One powerful testimony comes from the life of Saint Francis of Assisi, who, according to tradition, received the stigmata during an intense spiritual experience. Francis reported seeing a seraph, a high-ranking angel, who imparted the wounds of Christ onto his body. This miraculous encounter not only affirmed his deep connection with the divine, but also inspired countless others to seek a closer relationship with God through humility and compassion. Similarly, the story of Joan of Arc is marked by angelic visions and guidance. Joan claimed that saints and angels spoke to her, providing divine counsel that led her to rally the French troops during the 100 Years' War. her visions and subsequent martyrdom have left an indelible mark on history, demonstrating the powerful influence of perceived divine intervention. On the other hand, accounts of demonic possession and exorcism highlight the darker aspects of spiritual encounters. One of the most documented cases is that of Anneliese Michel, a young German woman whose struggle with possession and subsequent exorcisms in the 1970s drew widespread attention. Her story, while tragic, underscores the enduring belief in and fear of demonic forces, as well as the complexities involved in distinguishing between mental illness and spiritual phenomena. These encounters, whether angelic or demonic, profoundly shape the spiritual insights and convictions of those who experience them. They often lead individuals to a deeper understanding of their faith, a heightened sense of the spiritual battle between good and evil, and a greater reliance on divine grace and protection. For those who report angelic encounters, there is often a renewed sense of purpose and peace. The presence of an angel is perceived as a sign of divine favor and guidance, reinforcing the belief in a loving, protective God who intervenes in the lives of his followers. These experiences can inspire acts of charity, strengthen resolve in times of trial, and deepen one's commitment to spiritual practices. In contrast, experiences with demonic forces tend to evoke a heightened awareness of the reality of evil and the necessity of spiritual vigilance. Those who undergo such encounters often speak of the intense struggle and the ultimate triumph of faith over fear. The process of exorcism and deliverance is seen as a testament to the power of prayer, the efficacy of sacramental rites, and the unwavering support of the community of faith. These personal reflections and spiritual insights contribute to the broader understanding of angels and demons within the community of believers. They offer concrete, relatable experiences that illustrate abstract theological concepts, making the unseen realities of the spiritual realm more tangible and accessible. The depiction of angels and demons in art and literature, combined with personal testimonies and reflections, provides a rich and multifaceted exploration of these celestial beings. From historical representations to modern interpretations, and from profound encounters to everyday inspirations, these narratives continue to captivate and challenge, inviting us to ponder the mysteries of the spiritual world and our place within it. In the ever-evolving landscape of theological thought, modern perspectives on angels and demons have taken on new dimensions, reflecting broader changes in societal values and intellectual paradigms. Progressive theology, which seeks to reinterpret traditional doctrines in light of contemporary understanding and ethical concerns, offers fresh insights into the roles and nature of these celestial beings. Progressive theologians often approach the topic of angels and demons with an emphasis on metaphor and symbolism rather than literal interpretation. Angels are seen not just as heavenly messengers or protectors, but as symbols of divine presence and guidance in the human experience. This perspective allows for a more inclusive and expansive understanding of angelic activity, recognizing the ways in which ordinary people can embody angelic qualities through acts of compassion, justice, and love. In this vein, theologians like Rudolf Bultmann have argued for a demythologization of Scripture, suggesting that the language of angels and demons be understood metaphorically, representing the existential realities of human life. Angels might symbolize the moments of grace and transcendence that uplift the human spirit, while demons could represent the internal and external forces that lead individuals astray from their moral and spiritual paths. Feminist theology also offers a critical lens through which to examine traditional views of angels and demons. Scholars like Elizabeth Johnson and Rosemary Radford Ruther highlight how historical portrayals of these beings often reflect and reinforce patriarchal structures. They advocate for a reimagining of angelic and demonic imagery that emphasizes inclusivity, equality, and the affirmation of women's experiences and contributions. Liberation theology, with its focus on social justice and the preferential option for the poor, interprets angels and demons in the context of systemic oppression and liberation. Angels are seen as allies in the struggle for justice, representing God's active concern for the marginalized and oppressed. Demons, conversely, symbolize the oppressive structures and powers that perpetuate injustice and suffering. This framework challenges believers to engage in the work of social transformation, inspired by a vision of divine justice and compassion. The reinterpretation of angels and demons in progressive theology often stands in contrast to more traditional views, prompting robust debate and reflection within the broader faith community. These challenges are not merely academic, but touch on fundamental questions of belief, practice, and identity. One significant area of contention is the nature of divine revelation and authority. Traditionalists may argue that progressive reinterpretations dilute the clear teachings of Scripture and the historical faith of the Church. They emphasize the importance of maintaining continuity with the apostolic tradition and the creedal affirmations that have shaped Christian doctrine for centuries. Angels and demons, from this perspective, are real spiritual beings whose existence and activities are affirmed by Scripture and the witness of the Church. Progressive theologians, however, contend that faith must be dynamic and responsive to new insights and contexts. They argue that a rigid adherence to traditional interpretations can hinder the Church's ability to address contemporary issues and relate meaningfully to modern believers. By reinterpreting angels and demons in ways that resonate with contemporary experiences and values, they seek to make the faith more relevant and transformative. This tension is particularly evident in discussions about theodicy and the problem of evil. Traditional views often emphasize the role of demons in tempting and corrupting humanity, while progressive perspectives may focus more on systemic and structural evil. This shift challenges believers to rethink the sources and solutions to evil, emphasizing collective responsibility and social action over individual moral failing. As theological thought continues to evolve, the understanding of angels and demons is likely to undergo further transformation. Several trends and questions will shape this future discourse, reflecting the ongoing quest for deeper understanding and faithful engagement with the mysteries of the divine. One significant trend is the integration of scientific and psychological insights into theological reflection. Advances in neuroscience, psychology, and cosmology offer new ways to understand the experiences traditionally attributed to angels and demons. For example, phenomena such as near-death experiences, moments of profound awe, or encounters with deep moral evil can be explored through both scientific and theological lenses, enriching the conversation and opening new avenues for understanding. Another area of development is the interfaith and intercultural dialogue. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, theologians are engaging more deeply with the religious traditions of others, discovering common themes and distinct insights about celestial beings. This dialogue can lead to a more nuanced and enriched understanding of angels and demons, recognizing the diverse ways in which different cultures and faiths articulate their experiences of the sacred and the profane. The digital age also presents unique opportunities and challenges for theological reflection. The proliferation of information and the democratization of knowledge allow for a more diverse and participatory theological conversation. Online forums, social media, and digital publications enable theologians and laypeople alike to share their insights and experiences, fostering a global and dynamic discourse on angels and demons. Looking to the future, the evolving understanding of celestial beings will likely continue to reflect broader cultural, scientific, and ethical developments. The core questions about the nature of good and evil, the presence of the divine in the world, and the human experience of the transcendent will remain central, inviting ongoing exploration and dialogue. In conclusion, the contemporary theological debates on angels and demons highlight the dynamic and evolving nature of faith. Progressive theology offers new perspectives that challenge and enrich traditional views, prompting believers to engage deeply with their beliefs and the world around them. As these conversations continue, they will undoubtedly lead to a more nuanced and expansive understanding of these celestial beings and their significance in the spiritual journey. As we draw to a close on this exploration of the hidden truths about angels and demons, let us recapitulate the journey we have undertaken. We began by delving into the biblical and historical foundations of these celestial beings, uncovering their roles and significance as depicted in sacred texts. From the angelic protectors of Psalm 91:11 to the fallen entities referenced in the Book of Enoch, we traced their influence through the annals of religious history. Next, we ventured into the theological perspectives and debates that have shaped our understanding of these beings. We examined the various duties and missions of angels, the malevolent intentions of demons, and the complex interplay of good and evil. This section highlighted the rich tapestry of beliefs across Abrahamic religions and compared them with Eastern philosophies, broadening our view of the universal nature of these entities. Our journey then brought us to the cultural and historical influences on the depiction of angels and demons. We saw how ancient beliefs, shaped by cultural and political contexts, have evolved over time. Modern interpretations in literature, film, and art continue to reflect and reshape these ancient archetypes, influencing contemporary faith and societal views. We also delved into the realm of unexplained phenomena, exploring miraculous encounters and balancing faith with critical thinking. The personal stories of angelic interventions and demonic possessions underscored the profound impact these experiences have on individuals' faith and lives, providing both inspiration and caution. Finally, we considered the contemporary theological debates that challenge and enrich traditional views. Progressive theology, with its emphasis on metaphor and symbolism, offers fresh perspectives, while the enduring tension between faith and reason continues to shape the discourse. Reflecting on the enduring significance of the truths revealed about angels and demons, we are reminded of the profound mysteries that lie at the heart of our spiritual journey. These celestial beings, with their complex roles and interactions, invite us to ponder the nature of the divine and the eternal struggle between good and evil. They challenge us to look beyond the material world and consider the unseen forces that influence our lives. In every culture and era, the stories of angels and demons have served as powerful symbols, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of our own nature and the cosmos. Whether seen as literal beings or metaphorical representations, they offer insights into the human condition, our hopes and fears, and our search for meaning and purpose. As we continue to explore these themes, let us remain open to the diverse perspectives and experiences that enrich our understanding. By embracing both tradition and innovation, faith and reason, we can navigate the complexities of the spiritual realm with humility and wonder. If this exploration has resonated with you, we invite you to join our ongoing journey of discovery. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback and suggestions for future topics are invaluable to us as we continue to delve into the mysteries of the unseen world. Prayer for divine guidance and protection. O eternal God, source of all truth and light, we lift our souls to you, seeking discernment and clarity in matters that transcend the visible. We thank you for granting us the curiosity and courage to explore the mysteries of your kingdom, and we humbly ask that you guide us as we strive to understand the realities of angels and demons, celestial beings that you created with specific purposes in your grand design. Lord, bless us with the wisdom to discern between good and evil, to understand the purposes of your heavenly messengers and the dangers of opposing forces. Through study and meditation, may we find the truth that enlightens our hearts and strengthens our faith in you. We acknowledge, Heavenly Father, that angels, as messengers of your light, have been sent to protect and guide us in our paths. May we always be open to their influences, feeling the security of their presence and the guidance of their hands in our lives. Grant us, Lord, the humility to listen and the courage to follow the paths they illuminate before us. At the same time, O God of justice, grant us the fortitude to resist the temptations and deceptions of those who oppose your will. May we remain vigilant against the wiles of demons, recognizing their attempts to lead us away from the path of righteousness. Give us the strength to stand firm in faith, knowing that in you we find protection and a shield against all evil forces. Father, we lift up to you our prayers for souls struggling amid spiritual confusion, seeking answers and finding themselves lost in the shadows of the unknown. May your light shine brightly in their lives, dispelling the darkness and bringing clarity and peace. Help us to be instruments of your peace, bringing comfort and hope to those facing the torments of the spiritual world. Lord, we thank you for the revelations you grant us through the Holy Scriptures and the testimonies of the saints. May we, through these teachings, better understand the role of angels and demons in your creation and the relevance of their actions in our daily lives. Strengthen our faith in the promises of protection you make and in the ultimate victory of good over evil. In moments of doubt, may we remember the words of the psalmist, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Psalm 91:11. May this promise bring us comfort and certainty, knowing that we are always under your watchful care and the protection of your heavenly servants. We also recall the apostles' words, "And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light." 2 Corinthians 11:14. May these words alert us to the enemy's snares and help us maintain a pure heart and a clear mind, always seeking the truth that comes from you. Beloved Father, grant us the grace to live in harmony with your will, respecting the divine order you established between celestial beings and us. May we learn to live with humility, recognizing our dependence on your love and protection, and offering our praise to you, the Creator of all things visible and invisible. Finally, Lord, we ask that you continue to bless us with your constant presence and grant us the peace that surpasses all understanding. May our hearts always turn to you in worship and obedience until the day we join the heavenly choirs in eternal praise. Amen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspirational content. Leave your comments below and let us know how this video has impacted your journey of faith. Until next time, may the peace of Christ be with you always.